Hello everyone. From this quick video, I'm going to show you how we can use Kubernetes debug option in AKS. So this debug command can be used to log into the Azure Kubernetes cluster nodes, and you can use that to troubleshoot the node related issue. So this is an improvement that we can see in AKS, which will increase the accessibility to your AKS node when you need to debug the node level troubleshooting and inspect any node level configuration in the AKS cluster. So let's go and take a look at how we can log into the AKS cluster node through Kubernetes debug. So when you working if you're working in AKS, you're already familiar with the nodes, right? So the nodes will be can be viewed under the node section in the settings. Then here you can see the node pools that are available in the cluster. So in my case, this node pool has only one node running, but it depends on how many nodes you need to run. You can configure the minimum and maximum level the node pool should be run. So if you click the node pool, you can see the more information about the node, the Kubernetes version the node is running, how many nodes that are already there, what is the size of the node, and all the other information related to the node pool, right? So then if you from the left side menu, if you select nodes, you can see the already existing nodes. So you can select one of the node as you can see here. Then you can see the node related detail as well, like which availability is on, which region is in node is there, and the operating system, the host name, Kubernetes version, and all the labels that are configured for this node. But for this video, the most important part is the connect option in the AKS cluster, AKS node, right? So if you click this connect option, then you will get the steps you need to follow when you need to connect to this node. But before you need to use this connection option, then you need to have login to the subscription, and you need to download the cluster credential, and you need to run the you need to use the kubectl debug command to connect to this node through the kubectl debug. Okay, so here you have the two options, that is Cloud Shell and Azure CLI. What I'll do is I will use Azure CLI option. So I will start a CLI session. So I am already logged into the Azure subscription. Then I will switch my context. kubectl is a tool I use for switching context. So I have multiple clusters, so I will select the correct cluster. Then what I'll do is I will use the create debug pod, right? So here you can see the copy command. So you can copy the command, then you can use the command in the CLI. Okay. Sometimes it's not copying properly, so I will re-copy it, right? So then I will paste it, right? So let me explain this command for you. So you can have you will use the kubectl debug command. So debug command basically use a container to log into the node, right? So here you can specify which one do you need to log in. So this debug command can be used to log into the pods and other components as well. So here you can specify what type of resource you are going to use. In this case it is a node. So in the node slash then the node name, then I will use -it. That means you are using interactive logging, as well as you are going to use the TTL to log into the pod, right? Then for that pod we have to specify which image you are going to use. So I will be using Microsoft CBR Mariner VisiBox image, right? So this image will be used to create the container, create the pod which we will use to log into the node. So here then when you run the command, you can see that it is creating a debug pod with this specific name. So this name include the host name as well as the random ID at the end, and you can now can see the shell within the log. But this is the pod which is running on your cluster. So for example, if I split the window, then if I run another kubectl, right, get pods, right, then you can see that that specific Kubernetes pod is running in the default namespace, right? Okay, so what I'll do is, now I'm in the node, right? So then I can explore the pods file system. But here, if you want to access the node, then you need to get a higher privilege, right? So let's explore this pod a little bit and see what type of privileges are available for this pod. So for that, I will use kubectl get pods, right? Then I will put the pod name, then I put output as YAML. Okay, so let's see some information what this pod is, how this pod is created, right? So if I go to the pod, right, so you can see there are few very important things, configurations are added to this pod. These are host IPC through, then host network through, then host PIDs through, right? So that means this container can access the host level process IDs, then the host level network data, then host level IPC namespace IPC contains as well. So basically this is type of a high privilege pod, right? When you usually run a normal pod in the AKS cluster for your workload, if you don't have a specific requirement like this, you are not enabling these type of permissions, configurations for the pod, because it will allow that specific pod to interact with the host level network level host level process that is privileged, right? Then let's see if we can see any other additional data, right? We don't see any additional data that needed, right? Yeah, so those are the components that need to access the this debug pod for that host, right? So yeah, so therefore what we need to do is next is we need to run chroot, which is here, right? chroot/host, right? So if I say ls, right, so you can see the pod file system, but here if you ls the host, you can see the host file system is mounted here, right? Because if you go to the pod also, you can see there's a volume mount, right, which is /host, and it is mounted to the root of the host, right? So if you run chroot/host, so you're basically getting the root level access, right? So for example, if you want to run systemctl status kubectl, right? So you can see now, you can use the systemctl status kubectl to see the systemd process that is running inside the AKS node. The kubelet is the main process that is running in every node in the Kubernetes cluster. This will this kubelet is responsible for spinning up the containers through the containerd container runtime and all the other maintenance and loopbacks, maintenance loopbacks in the AKS cluster, right? As well as you can access other file systems related to the node. For example, if you go to the ls logs, right, then you can see all the logs within the node, right? So you can see journal CTLs, then syslogs, all other type of logs related to the node you can find in here, right? So you can see, so if you want to see your kubelet is running, or if you want to see if you want to run cryctl, right? So cryctl is the another equivalent tool for Docker, right? But you don't run Docker in Kubernetes anymore, so cryctl can be used to inspect any containers that are running inside the node, or you can view more in-depth information about the containers that are running in the pod, which is, for example, if you want to try cryctl pods, then you can see all the pods that are running in this node. Then if you want to see cryctl let's see, you can see cryctl ps, then you can see all the pods containers are running. So you can see if this container is running on this pod ID. Likewise, if you want to do like very deep level troubleshooting related to these containers or pods that are running in the node, then you can run the cryctl. Yeah, so, and another thing is, if you want to see the logs also, like for example, if you want, let's see, if you want to output the syslogs, right? Okay, I don't have any syslog there. Let's see, what type of logs do you have here? see kernel logs. Okay, those are not there as well. Let's see warnings. Okay, so you can see if you want to see the warning logs, you can use that specific log file. So those are related to like advanced level troubleshooting. So if you want to troubleshoot in depth, you can use this type of logs. So vnet logs is another thing that you can use, right? If you have any issues with vnets, right? So let's see, we can see any other logs here. Yeah, so here vnet logs also, if you have some network related issues to the node, then you can look into these vnet logs as well, right? Okay, so this is very important and very nice feature in AKS cluster if you want to do in-depth troubleshooting, right? So let's see how we can clean up this one after you done the troubleshooting. So after you have done the troubleshooting, you need to exit from the root level, and as well as you need to exit from the pod as well. But the pod is not going to delete, so therefore you have to delete it manually. So you can get pods, right? Then you can see your debug pod is here, right? So what you can do is you can delete the pod, right? So you can delete the pod, right? The name, then the pod will deleted. So you done your troubleshooting and you did your cleanup as well. So then you can complete your debug session, right? So it's very important and very cool feature. So I think it is really nice to know this one when you need to do some troubleshooting in the node level. Yeah, so that's all for this short video. I hope you have gained some information or information about new feature about this feature in AKS. So I hope you will use it in your daily work, and thank you, and see you in another video like this.